too bad. Hello,
Get
Cyborg.
nice and
Welcome
moist
in.
for me, won't
And
you?
Tibbs as well. Thank you for the hydrate. Certainly bloomin' need that at the minute. I hope you're both well. Uh-oh. Stream Elements OBS, why you do this to me? It's eaten my activity feed and won't let me go back to like the main view. I'm gonna have to close that and reopen it. Docs. Where is it? Shit. There we go. Oh no, it's just completely broken. Lovely. No activity feed for me, I guess. That's awkward. Oh, that's really neat. So it looks like... I don't know if this is an OBS thing or a Twitch thing or what, but... the shoutouts that Chivitan does... now have like a little image with the hyperlinks. That's really neat. Kian, hello, welcome in. Coming to you live from my desperately needed new phone. Well, congratulations on the new phone. That is very good news. On the road to recovery. I'm glad to hear that, Tids. How's my neck feeling? My neck feels like 15 pounds of shit. So it looks like what's happened is I've let's put this onto the just chatting screen, shall we? If it works. It looks like what's happened is I've trapped my occipital nerve, which is a little nerve right back here. Which doesn't really do anything massively important other than being a complete arsehole to untrap once you've trapped it. And when you do trap it, or when you strain it in any shape or form, it causes migraines. So the reason I've not been able to sleep properly for the last week is you've got neck sciatica. I got neck sciatica, yeah. The reason I've not been able to sleep properly for over a week now is because I've got neck sciatica, as Cyborg puts it, which is actually a very succinct way of describing the problem here. It looks like my avatar has decided that my microphone doesn't exist. Let's fix that. There we go. Beautiful. I just love it when there's tech issues. Okay. I think everything should be working again now. So before we start painting, as you can probably tell, I'm not sat at my painting station. I put a poll up on Twitter earlier. Thank you, Kian. I am liberally applying very cold cool packs, and I now have a teeny tiny deep freeze roll on, which is really helping. So hopefully I'll be in less pain soon. Yes, I have, Cyborg. Yes, I have. I'm slowly working on getting all of my crap just like put away properly so that the shelves behind me will be tidy one day when I stream. One day. Not today, but one day. Yeah, I put a little poll up on Twitter earlier because not only did I get accepted into a fucking stream team last night, I am now a proud member of Pace Pals, a wonderful speedrunning community who do a lot of charity work, really, really inclusive, really supportive. I mean, you know, let me join, so they must be. I haven't set up like stuff in Chibi-Tan yet because I've not had time today.
Hero Quest is the best game ever made. Anyone who says otherwise
I will be doing that, so we'll be able to like advertise the stream team properly and everything. But yeah, you can also just click on where it says Pace Pals next to my name on Twitch to go to their channel and see all of the lovely folks that are part of the team. But yeah, that was very, very exciting for me last night while I was in the throes of a migraine caused by my neck. Hello, Cypher. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well today. Yeah, I also got an email from Kingdom Death, which contained my access key for Kingdom Death Sim, which is basically like Tabletop Sim, but it's specifically for Kingdom Death and is very atmospheric. So I put upon a little poll up on Twitter earlier that was basically, hey, do you want to take a look at this before we get into the painting? And it was a unanimous yes. Like, there was only one vote for no, and that was an accidental vote because the person that accidentally voted no said, I didn't mean to vote no. Shit. If you can hear racket, yes, it may be... Does it sound like a train? Child of a very lovely lady, I'm in. Yeah, basically. Train noise is soothing. I'm glad you find it soothing. The game looks really good so far. I've taken a little look at it just to make sure it would run on my PC. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's take a look, and then let's get some painting done. Hey, there's a Theo. Welcome on in. How you doing? So, we start our Kingdom Death simulation adventure. Train ambiance. Hello, wild child. How are you doing? Welcome in. On a train with an accurately sized copy of the base game of Kingdom Death Monster. I own this fucking beast. It's downstairs. It is so large that when we moved house, I had to bubble wrap it, and it had to be sent separately from all of our other shit because it didn't fit in the moving boxes. It came with mine and Slow's computers to the new house because it's so fucking big. The removals team were like, no, we don't have a box big enough for it. It's huge. Maybe you are just small. I mean, both can be true. It is an absolute beast of a box, it really is. Very fancy train too. If that were like the ones at my way, the seats would be mostly torn and that box would be nicked already. Yeah. So you can see we've actually got the rule book on the seat as well. And down here we've got A plus A equals heart. This is a little reference to Adam and Anna, who are the creators of Kingdom Death. So we can join other people's rooms, or we can create our own. I created one of my own earlier. I'm gonna full reset the room so that we don't see any signs of me wandering around earlier. Just sort of stress testing. And we're gonna enter. Crossing overwhelming darkness. I really like the loading phrases that this game uses. Yeah, I saw that video, Cyborg. I'll be honest with you, I'm not particularly fussed. I think he was kind of cruel to that raccoon at certain points. Um, and it just sort of like slow put it on thinking it was going to be a fun watch, and we got to the end of it and we were just like, no, we just feel kind of uncomfortable now. So I appreciate what you're going for there. I did stream last week, so there would have been no time for me to go to America and be somebody's rent-a-raccoon. Yeah, nah, that video made me feel kind of uncomfortable, if I'm honest. Lighting lanterns, distributing gear, shuffling decks. So the loading stuff you get on this loading screen, which was a lot quicker when I wasn't streaming it. Hey, look, we're in PT now. Dusting Gamebox. So 99% of owning Kingdom Death. Yeah, actually. The amount of times I've had to dust that fucking thing. It really hangs onto it as well. You have to very gently damp dust it because of the what material the box is made out of. Yeah, so this is where we start at Kingdom Death Adventure. I don't think we can't interact with the front door. It's a clock with no hands. I didn't go upstairs when I tested it earlier. I just sort of went straight down the hallway. I did the proper PT thing. Yeah, I really like the loading phrases that they've chosen to use because they are, for anyone that's played Kingdom Death, they're all locked. That's disappointing. They are very representative of the setting up the board game experience. I remember watching Wooly and some of his friends play Kingdom Death on TT Sim, and then I looked up the prices and promptly tabbed out. Yeah. Kingdom Death is a beautiful horror game. It really is. But it is prohibitively expensive. The only reason that I have as much KD shit as I do is because I got it during Kickstarter. I happened to have enough money for some of it during Kickstarter, and I backed it. And my mum got me the rest of it as a graduation present, because that was the year I graduated university. If it's minus 45C outside, I don't think I'd be alive if it was minus 45C outside, Irish. That's is that a minus or is it a tilde, actually? That may just be my eyesight being blurry. Something very warm, yes. So the only door we can go through is this one. I'm guessing what they're gonna do is add things later down the line, because this is build 1.2, I think, something like that. It's still very clearly in its early phases. Hey D, how you doing? Yourself, something fire warm for rest of life, indeed did. Oh jeez. David Vania, DMAC, thank you very much for being subscribed.
David Vania has been a sub for 23 months. Very naughty.
Nearly 2 fucking years, man. Yeah, so I suspect they're going to add more stuff into this later. And that I will unlock stuff later, because there's no way they're going to leave these portraits covered like this. I'm guessing what's under these is probably art of the bosses, and that you don't actually get to unlock those until you've defeated them. One of Santa's elves, fucking hell. That's brutal. Anyway, Irish, other than I'm guessing it being really fucking cold where you are, I hope you're okay. I hope you're having a good day. Oh, it left the record on the record player for me. Okay, so there should be a sleeve here with that record in it, but it's on the record player instead. Very fancy record player. I quite like it. Can we... Let's put that there. Nope, too far. Oh yeah, look at the needle on this as well. Check that out. That'll do. Maybe. Can we press play, please? There we go. Some atmospherics. With, and I love this. We get closer. It sounds closer. It's more in the left. It's more in the right. They've actually put the effort in there, which is nice. This fucking fireplace. You may be hearing my fan in the background. We've got the heating on for slow, and it's killing me. Or it could be my microphone being an arse again. It's been doing this a lot lately. I've made some minor adjustments to its positioning, and it has a strop about it. No worries, Theo. So, in here, we've got some miniatures on display. I want that fireplace. Yeah, it's a very pretty fireplace. With the trademark Kingdom Death lanterns in place of a fire as well. And then we've got the actual, like, important bit as well. It's the lanterns making the spooky noises, by the way. Ah, I see, Tids. I hope everything starts to work again for you soon. I don't even know if you can actually hear me. Designing Dark Souls. So, you ever heard of Berserk? Designing Kingdom Death. So, you ever heard of Dark Souls? There is a big element of that here, Cyborg. Poots was very heavily inspired by things like Berserk and Dark Souls when he was making Kingdom Death initially. And then Dark Souls got a board game, which, from what I've been told, plays pretty much the same as Kingdom Death does. I know, isn't it great, DMAC? I have already mentioned it once. I haven't set stuff up in the bot yet because I've just not had the time today, and I'm still feeling pretty under the weather. Hello, Sue. Welcome in. Yeah, I got accepted into a stream team this morning. I'm a member of the Pace Pals now. I will be doing more speedruns because I can't really be in a speedrunning stream team if I don't keep up my speedrunning. Which I'm sure will make DMAC happy if nobody else. So, other things that we have in here. The actual game, the thing that we're here for. Not only do we have a proper replica of the board game, the box, the pieces, but they've also reproduced the entire collector's edition version of the rulebook. Always wanted to know, a real speedrunner. Why don't you just look in the fucking mirror then, mate? Oh, thank you, Pudlord. That's very kind of you. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. So if we let's go to the contents page. They've even animated the pages turning. They've gone to a lot of effort with this. Now, the only things that you can just auto flip to at the moment are severe injuries and glossary, which seems a bit weird if you ask me. But let's say we want to go look at... We'll zoom in so that I can actually... This is me putting my reading glasses on in the game. Let's see what we've got here that wouldn't be absolutely horrifying to look at. Endless screams! That sounds fun. My Wikipedia page and glossary. Your Wikipedia page or mine? Because with my neck injury, who fucking knows at this point? So that's all story events. We don't want to look at those yet because that's spoilers. Brain trauma. This game is cheerful. Tag yourself in story events. I'm Bone Witch. I am very definitely endless screams. Let's go to the survivors page. That couldn't possibly cause us problems. So these are the 4 starting survivors, and this is the art of them that's actually in the rulebook. So this is a one-for-one recreation of the rulebook, which you can pour over to your heart's content, which I kind of adore. Now if we exit out of that, we've got the campaign sheet, which we can look over and zoom in on. And my favourite thing about this, you just pull a sheet off, pop it on the table, next to the other one that I pulled off earlier. Just making a mess now. Character sheet, which again you can draw a sheet. Isn't it just Pudlord? They've put a lot of effort into this. Now, bearing in mind, for Kickstarter backers, this was a little bonus to say thank you for the metric fuck ton of money that was put into the project. It wasn't something that was originally going to be made. But this is just... One thing that I will say about Kingdom Death is the reason it's prohibitively expensive is because of shit like this. They really go all in when they're putting something together. They make it as beautiful and as seamless as is physically possible. It's just me, bottom right. Bastards nick me likeness. Which one's that? Ah, yes. Don't think I've painted her yet. I painted him. And I decided to give him darker skin than everybody else. Because one thing that I felt like Kingdom Death initially lacked was a bit of representation of people of colour. There's a decent amount of representation for thicker feminine bodies. I'd like to see some more representation for thicker masculine bodies. And stuff like that. But the one thing that I can actually control in it, I am adding representation where I can. Hello, Hans. Welcome in. Godzilla has arrived and has pizza. What kind of pizza does Godzilla have? Hello, Longship. Virtual tabletop. Kingdom Death, an indie FOMO mini-based TTRPG, has a better virtual tabletop out before Dungeons and fucking Dragons. Yeah. Because they've put the effort in. They do some stupid shit. And they do prey on people's FOMO far too much. Which is why I don't buy Kingdom Death stuff anymore. But the stuff that I have put in for when I was younger, because this is 10 years in the making, is very, very good. And I've got to admit, I do think it's worth the wait. So, I've literally been skirting around the board. We've got dice. I don't feel like they roll particularly well, but perhaps that's my fault. There we go. A little bit clunky, but not too bad. Terrible roll, though. We've got... These are Kingdom Death's custom dice. You require these to be able to play the game. And I think we've got some lantern dice here as well. Let me... Yeah. Okay, there are little things about this that are definitely in need of improvement, but you can just sort of... Let me... There we go. Lantern dice. It's basically a percentile. The miniatures. These are actual miniatures that you get in the game. You can tell that I was fucking about with this earlier. Because she just be in a really funky position. But look at this. When you pick a miniature up and move it away from where it was, it highlights all the squares that you're moving through so that you can count your movement consistently. And you can set line of sight. Isn't that neat? Now, I'm pretty sure I need other people to be able to actually play the board game, but... So, quick question for the sake of Twitch safety. Do they have any of the models from the physical game with their knockers out? Let's go have a look at the cabinet, shall we? So we've got the Phoenix up there. Can I open these? I can open them. Haha. We've got the Ram. Is that? It is! This is the Gold Smoke Knight. He's one of the 3 knights that you could get with the original Kingdom Death. And is another one in the pile of things that I am too terrified to paint, along with, up until recently, the Flower Knight. I have his art card somewhere. In a frame with the other knights, but that frame has gone missing, much to my dismay, because I wanted to put it on the wall. Isn't that the thing computer nerds need? It is also the thing that computer nerds need. This is the Nightmare Ram. I think it's the Nightmare Ram. It could be the Screaming Ram. There's a couple of different Rams in this game, and none of them are friendly. I think the Nightmare Ram might be a bigger one, actually. But yeah, this is an enemy. They're very, very detailed. I think what they've done is they've either used the 3D models from... Oh. I've not even bothered to look at the chat before. They've either used the 3D models from when they sent the original print runs, or they've scanned in built miniatures. And I think it's probably more likely that they've used the original 3D sculpts, looking at the way she is put together specifically. This is the Ram armor that you can get by killing the Ram. And this fella here is the Butcher. Either way, they look pretty damn good. They really do. Exposed ribcage counts as knockers out. Okie dokie. This is the final boss of the original campaign. The Phoenix. Which is just... It's a horrifying miniature to behold, really. I kind of love it. Because it's so grotesque, it does feel very Dark Soulsy. If anyone sees that Brian Blessed is trending, he's not dead. Oh, good. Thank you, Cyborg. Thank you for letting me know. What we got over here? Ah, the Watcher. Now, the Watcher is a really nice miniature. I am looking forward to painting this one. Because that is going to be so much OSL, it's going to be really fun, I think. It's going to be difficult, but it'll be really fun. Very pretty miniature. See, this is why I fell in love with Kingdom Death when I was at uni. Because the miniatures... I mean, they were still doing pin-ups back then as well, because the pin-ups make a lot of money. but the miniatures for the base game, really beautifully designed, and at the time we weren't seeing anything like this. Because what you've got to remember is these were coming out around about the time that GW were fucking up Finecast. So I think the one we just looked at, I think it's called Kingsman, came out around about the same time as the story about Gandalf's horse's arse exploding came out. So fucking up Finecast is a nice thing to say out loud. It is very satisfying kind of rhythm, isn't it? So thinking about that, like, the quality of these was head and shoulders above anything else that was on the market at the time, and they were really cheap back then. They're not now, but they were really cheap back then. Like, one of these miniatures would cost maybe £6 converted. Oh, hello, Modhale. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Sorry I didn't say hello sooner. I was getting overexcited about digital miniatures. So it looks like there's no pin-ups in the cupboard. We do have some of the alternate Survivor minis, though. So in theory, this game is a 4-player game. You can play it with up to 8 people, but that makes it really easy. Yeah. So this is Kingdom Death Sim. It is a Kingdom Death virtual tabletop experience. I got early access to it. I don't know when it's going to be more publicly available, but I look forward to it being more publicly available so that perhaps we can actually have some Kingdom Death Sim streams where we can get community members and have a little campaign going on. I think that could be quite fun. And could be a nice welcome break from the standard hobby happy hour fare, perhaps, as well. But I've got nothing else to show you in here at the moment. I can't really do anything gameplay-wise, because I've got no other players. And we've listened to the one and only album that we have. So what I'm going to do... set the mood lighting. And then I'm going to put us into BRB. I'm going to move over to my paint station. And I'm going to turn the jukebox on so that you folks can get some song requests in. I am a little tired. As I've already mentioned, have not slept properly in over a week now because of my neck. And I've had a couple of overextended work days, shall we say. So it's probably going to be a bit sedate. It's probably not going to be a lot of progress.
Hello there.
It's a vinyl one album or a song? Well, it depends on the vinyl. Actually, it was just a song for this one, rather than an entire album, unfortunately. But it was nice while it lasted.
Bearded Cyborg cosplay cheered. X100. Hi little tiered. I'm Cyborg.
Thanks, Cyborg. Fucking terrible joke. Oh no, Mod Hell. Yeah, you enjoy your tea and enjoy your shower. Much needed, I think. Right. So, I'll be right back. I'll mute so you don't have to listen to me fumbling the microphone and stuff. but I'll put Spotify on so you can start your song requests and stuff. Okay? Okay, I think we're good now. A little bit wonky on the paint station, that's okay. Hi. I was a bit worried how the me cam would look because I've oh, better. Can you actually hear me? Yeah, the microphone's working. It's just avatar being a butt again. Okay, we can fix that. There we go. There we go. I think we're all good now. Okay, so I haven't done anything new on the Flower Night since I last streamed. Because I've not really felt like painting, if I'm honest with you. I've really wanted to get him done, but with the neck pain and everything, I've just been so miserable. I've not wanted to do any painting, and it looks like I left the seal on my... Oh no! I didn't close my wet palette properly, folks. Last time we had a painting stream, so most of my paint's going to be fucked. That's a pity. You have any water? A little bit of water. You don't need a lot of water. A lot of people... So I have a Citadel water pot. I've only got a tiny little bit of water in there. It's a bit grubby, actually. I could probably do with cleaning it. But a lot of people will fill it all the way to the top, and then it's just like you're just wasting water. You don't need that much water. You only need enough to clean the bristles on the brush. Oh, let's get chat over where I can actually see it. That's better. I can see your lovely nameplates now. I was going to say see your lovely faces, but I can't see your lovely faces. That's not how it works. Right. We want to change that to art. Art. There we go. Fucking love when the jukebox works. Me too, Pudlord. Me fucking too. The amount of time I spent getting that bastard thing to work, I am ecstatic when it works properly. I really am. Profile picture is very accurate. Fair play. So, as a recap, this is where we're at with our boy. The camera's decided to do its thing again. Okay, let's... I don't know why it started doing this. Whenever I install an update to Windows, it sets all my cameras back to their original settings, which is a new problem. Ba -ba -ba -ba. And now I wait. Oh, bugger, I forgot to turn the content warning off. Oh well. Let's see if we can make this the perfect focus. There. There we go. That should be okay. Let's give you a bit more light, shall we? Excuse me, paintbrushes. That's better. Now you can see him. It's a beautiful miniature. It really is. Stuff like this is what makes me so annoyed that Kingdom Death does some of the shitty things it does. Because the minis are so pretty. Okay. So originally, my plan for his pantaloons was to go pink and turquoise. Like Pepto Squigmole pink, not like fuchsia. But Slow said, why don't you paint them pale yellow? Because pale yellow looks really nice with these kind of colours. And I went, you know what? You're not wrong. So, we're doing away with pink. Sorry, Tids. And instead, we're going to go with this sort of turquoisey colour and pale yellow. And I think that's going to look really nice. I may even darken the turquoise down and just go for the sort of forest green instead. Really lean into the Green Knight vibes. Because that's where I got the colour inspiration from, is the Green Knight. It's okay, Tids. I didn't say anything about not painting something pink. But I think what we're going to do today, or what we're going to do this evening, I should say, is get some of this work going on his feet so that I can attach him to his base. Because then I can start doing things with the base as well. I know, I'm terrible, aren't I, Tids? I'm sure I'll find something to paint pink on here. Yeah. So that's the plan. And then we'll start looking at things like his bustle. It's a very beautiful bustle. We may even, because there's little flowers and things in this, I think. Yeah, there is. Okay, so how's about this, Tids? As penance for deciding not to paint his pantaloons pink, I'll paint the little flowers on his bustle pink. So it'll have little bits of pink and little bits of light yellow. Some really nice spring colours just sort of popping through. Not too much, just enough for a little bit of flavour. Yeah? I'm gonna make this flower night the flower night of spring, I think. Which I think will work really nicely with the idea of having the base be slightly snow covered as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, Concerning Hobbits just finished playing. Cyborg. The now playing scroll is just a little slow. Yeah, it struggles to keep up. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. Took a bit to update and got confused. Yeah, fair play. Also, my desk is a mess back there at the moment because I was painting a different miniature using a completely different set of paints. I really want to show you, but I can't. Because it's a surprise. And I can't let it get back to the person it's for, you see. However slim the chances of that may be. Small version of slow. Oh my god, that'd be terrifying. So I've got to fish out all the colours I was using for this guy. Slow as a mini con. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Okay, I don't think I was using this one. What was I using? No, I was using this one. So I was using Sotek Green. I was using Angel Green. I was also using... Nope, that's a purple. That's from the other thing I was doing. Ah, yes, I fished out my Emerald Alchemy. Now, I know this is scale colour. I purchased this a long, long time ago and need to use it before I start binning scale. I will not be buying any more scale stuff. Those that don't know, scale have some extremely fashy leanings and they've been caught out on it multiple times in the past, so it's not even like it was an accident. So I don't purchase Scale's products anymore, which is a pity because their metallic pigments are very, very good. But I refuse to support a company that actively harms our community in any way. Which is why I'm also not going to be advocating for Green Stuff World's primer anymore, despite the fact that I really like it. Because Green Stuff World have been stealing other people's painted miniatures photos and passing them off as their own. And I was livid when I found out this morning. I won't, if I know that a company is doing shitty stuff that is damaging our community more than it's helping it, I will drop them like a sack of spuds. But I don't have the kind of residual income required to just buy all new paints. So I will still be using those paints until they're gone. Cat is being Philistine again. Oh, how so, Cypher? We want Elfic Flesh. Elfic Flesh is part of our highlighting setup for this particular miniature. We'll put the alchemy back because we're not using that right now. We also want Lothern Blue. Maybe we'll want white scar. We don't normally go that white. This is too white. Okie dokie, Kian. Green Stuff World has been stealing photos, photoshopping them, and uploading them as their own. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Hans. So, fuck them. It's frustrating that so many good pigment makers do shitty things. Dear painting and hobby companies, stop doing shitty things. Yeah, exactly, Cyborg. We just be nice to each other, guys. Be respectful. Is it that hard? Nope. Ah, there you are. Nova White, perhaps? That wasn't the one I was looking for. I was looking for Spaceship Exterior, which appears to have gone back into the drawer. I love Spaceship Exterior. It's a little bit grey, mostly white. Year or two back, they copyright nuked a small YouTuber's hobby channel over her review of Vallejo Color Shift paints. Because GSW had, yeah. See, I heard about that, and their response to it was basically, we're sorry we got carried away. And I went, okay, they've apologized? So, you know, maybe it was just overzealous legal team, because legal teams are like that. We've all seen what GW's capable of. And I sort of left it at that, but when I saw that they were stealing people's photographs, fuck off. No. Apparently the Scottish Parliament's lights go off at midnight. Oh, really? Is it okay to put a holiday song or two in the jukebox this evening? Of course it is, Torpor. You can put any Christmas songs you like in, though Spotify's version of Fairy Tale in of New York is the one that has not been amended, shall we say? So please bear that in mind when you're making your requests. But yeah, Christmas music, perfectly acceptable. It's nearly fucking Christmas, so have at. And it doesn't have to just be like pop Christmas songs either. If you've got like a traditional Christmas favourite or something like that, feel free to put it in the jukebox if it's on Spotify. What am I missing? What am I missing, folks? Black. That's what I'm missing. I don't have my black paint. Where has my black paint gone? It's a white top one, I know that much. Is that it? Or is that another metallic? Nope, that's a wash. I like that I can tell my paints apart by their bottle top colours. That's purple. Put that in there a minute ago. Yeah, you know how I said it's a mess in here? I had like a paint gremlin day where I was just like, yes, yes, paint, paint. And I made a huge mess and never cleaned it up, which is half the course for me. That's null oil, that won't help us here. My black paint has disappeared. This is a problem. We need the black paint. I'm going to have to use primer instead of black paint, which is fine. The primer works quite well as a black paint. As well as black paint. Oh my god, it's right in front of me. I couldn't see it behind the fucking hand grip. Let me paint a hole black. So let's get the palette reloaded. We need to shake these. It's been a couple of weeks. You, hobby, having a gremlin moment? Impossible. I know, right? I would never. Never ever. Picture of ungremlininess, me. Some black on there. Now, the palette paper, still in perfectly good condition. It's just that the paint's gone so thin that it's dried out. Michael Bublé won't get you banned, but it will get you a stern glare. That's fair. I've never been a huge Bublé person. I've turned the music up a little bit because it's too quiet for me. If it's too loud for you folks now, just let me know. Mariah Carey, Thin Ice. Everyone's got their own favourites. Michael Bubbles, indeed. Mr. Bubbles. Only comes out of his hole at Christmas. We'll get some angel green on the table. I like that I can see where I put the original paints. We do not say that name, lest you summon the beast. Thought you had to say it 3 times into the reflection of a gold bauble for it to actually work. Band-Aid is a banning and a kicking out back of the Retro Raccoon. No. We do not beat people up for their taste in music here. I mean, unless you like fashy music and then you can fuck off. But, no, seriously. Some people like Buble. Some people like She Who Shall Not Be Named. I think this bottle's leaking. Don't you? And that's fine. Everyone is well within their rights to have their own tastes in music. And I actively encourage the sharing of those tastes here. You folks know that. We will have no beatings in the name of the Retro Raccoon, thank you. In the name of, or the shadow of, for that matter. Christmas plans wise, by the way, I'll be playing some more of Mothmen on Christmas Eve. And I will be I won't be playing anything on Christmas Day. I will be painting on Christmas Day. We'll be doing some more of the Flower Night, more than likely. So what I'm going to do is I've got Golden Yellow, which is an older Citadel paint, so don't try and look for it now. Dear sweet Jesus, no, hands. I've only got a little bit of it left. Hang on. You might be able to tell how little I have left by how it shakes. Oh, yay. Sounds fun. Yes, I'm going to be painting on Christmas Day. There will probably be breaks in between. Yeah, there's so little that it's just blowing bubbles at the moment. There we go. I had to put a lot of Liquitex in this to actually get it out of the hex pot it was in. If I'm not mistaken. I think it was a hex pot. Or it's like one of the really early round pots. Oh, I didn't miss it. They wouldn't shut up about it on the internet, unfortunately. Oh, excuse me a second, folks. Remember what I said about the liberal application of cool packs? Yeah, my head hurts, so... Cool pack pause. Honestly, I thought it was out years ago. It feels like it, doesn't it, Tids? Yeah, so I'll be doing some more painting. We're going to be doing a Hobby Happy Hour Christmas special. As I seem to do every year now. Just for the folks that aren't really doing anything this Christmas. There might be a point where I nip away for a little bit to check on how Christmas dinner's cooking. Something like that. But for the most part, I'll be all yours from 12 till 6-ish. 6-ish? 6-ish. That went well, didn't it? Ooh. Okay, no, we need some deep freeze on my neck again. I feel like such an old biddy, chat. I feel like such an old biddy. I was watching another streamer earlier. He was playing through some Dreamcast games and talking about how it feels wrong to call the Dreamcast a retro console, but technically it is now. And I swear, I crumbled to dust on the fucking spot. I remember when the Dreamcast came out. Ah, but that's because I'm too warm to wear my knitted cardigan, tids. Thank you, Kian. I am getting old. I've got my fan on. I'm melting. I cannot cope with how hot it is in this house. Right. So what I'm going to do is I've put some elfic flesh, which I'll show you, and some of my golden yellow. There we go. Golden yellow. Onto the wet palette. I don't know what the current equivalent to golden yellow is, unfortunately. But smart folks among us may be able to tell you. So I'll just hold it to the screen for a little bit longer so you've got a moment to sort of soak in the golden yellow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a very small amount of the golden yellow and
nice
mix
and
it
moist
with
for
a
me,
much
won't
larger
you?
amount of the elfic flesh to try and get the elfic flesh to less of a flesh tone and more of a like a lemony yellow. Torport, thank you very much for the hydrate, the posture check, and the stretch. I've got to admit the posture check and the stretch are going to be slightly more difficult for me to do than usual, but the hydrate I will definitely do straight away. Okay. Chat, my participation in this is mandatory, as you well know, because Torport's redeemed it. Yours is just actively encouraged. Now is a great time to have a little stretch, if you can. And unshrimp, if you can too. Oh, you bugger, that hurt a bit. It's a good pain. I need to keep my neck moving. I can't just leave it, otherwise that'll make it worse. Apparently an airport here ran out of de-icing liquid during that period where it got real cold. Shit, really? That's super dangerous. Okay, so I'm going to start with the elfic flesh. And I'm just going to put a little blob of it. Well, a sizable blob, actually. At the edge of my wet palette. You can just see where my brush is. Porthos, sweetheart, please stop spinning around in little circles. I love you, I do. But you're kind of harshing my calm. Hi. Oh. You just jumped up at the side of my chair, punched me in the leg, and then licked my arm, and then got down. And now isn't paying any attention to me. So I guess he just wanted to lick my arm. It's just a bit weird if you ask me, but whatever. Okay, so I've loaded my brush with a little bit of golden yellow. I think I need a little tiny bit more. I'm not going to use the golden yellow for anything other than this, so I can kind of just dip into it without cleaning my brush. And that's fine. Yeah, I think that'll do. Maybe a little more, actually, because it's a bit too close to Magnolia at the moment. It's actually taking a lot more of the golden yellow than I expected. Okay, that should do it. I'm very cautious about not turning it into canary yellow or something like that. Ian, hello. How am I getting on? Not too bad, not too bad. In a fair bit of pain, but coping. How are you doing? Okay. So I'm thinking top pleats in the yellow. It's kind of less lemon yellow and more like the internals of a banana yellow. But that'll work. And I'm not using the psycho before anybody asks, it's the insane detail. Oops. Welcome back, Tids. I think I'm going to water it down a tiny bit as well. Because it's going on a bit thicker than I would like it to. Despite the vast amount of Liquitex in it. It's good to see Chibi-Tan doing their job. We had a few streams where I don't know what happened, but the underlying sort of script that made Chibi-Tan shout people out had decided that nobody deserved a shout out anymore except for people that had custom ones. It took me a good couple of hours to fix after a stream one night. I could have sworn she said pish then. Wow, Chibi-Tan, you classist fuck. I know, right? I mean, you were getting shout outs, Tids. Because you've got a custom one. Yeah, I think that's going to look quite nice. Hello, Porthos. How may I assist you? What? What are you doing, Waggy Tail? What are you doing, Waggy Tail? What? He's just looking at me. For all its flaws, Chibi-Tan still maintains its love-loathe relationship with me. Yeah, it seems so. It seems so. I'm actually going to switch to the detail brush. I'm going to go one size up. Because I don't feel like I'm getting the paint quite where I want it at the moment. And I feel like that's partly down to the insane detail brush just not being wide enough for the area I'm trying to cover. I could be wrong. Yeah, so obviously not this Sunday, because this Sunday is a special day, but the plan is that I will start doing a little, like 2 hour maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter, depending on how I'm feeling. Speedrun practice stream every Sunday night. I have put it into my schedule. I've also turned it off for this week because it's Christmas week. I'll have to turn it off for New Year's as well because that's when the 24-hour stream is. So, if folks want me to, I can always do some speedrun practice during the 24-hour stream. Do some painting during the 24-hour stream as well if you want. It's really up to you folks what you want to see during that gargantuan stream. That's going to be a really interesting thing for me. I've never done a stream like that before. I think the most I've done is a 12-hour one. 24-hour speedrun practice, world record or bust. Fucking hell. I mean, I could try. I only worry when I get a shout out, that's fair to put. There was the occasion when Chibi Tan decided everybody that doesn't stream deserved a shout out, and none of the streamers did as well. We do love our little chaotic trash panda bot. It fits in so well here. I mean, there's a few games that I want to learn the speedruns for that I'm now in a position to learn the speedruns for. So I could always fit them in. I haven't really set up a schedule or anything for the New Year's stream. I barely set up a schedule for Friday's stream. And that's a Christmas party. I have installed all the Twitch integration games though, and tested that they actually integrate. Still can't get StreamQuest to work, unfortunately. I really want to play that with you folks, but it just doesn't want to work. But it's a single person dev, so they'll fix it when they can, I'm sure. Oh, thank you very much, Ian. Yeah, I found, oh gosh, what's it called? It's called something like Splorp or something stupid. It's got a really silly name. I'm not mistaken. Snip. There we go. It's called Snip. I knew it was something that started with an S and ended in a P. But yeah, I went completely extra when it came to the fonts and stuff like that to make it match with the vibe of the channel. One day everything on the channel will be pixel versions of its current self, or like updated to be pixely in some way. I still want to do the proper upgrade to an actual visual representation of the bar in the overlay. One day. It's a big task, and getting someone else to do it's very expensive, so that's a thing for future hobs. I'm glad you like it, Ian. I do take a lot of pride in the way that the streams look. Part of the reason that I got so upset when started having the tech issues I've been having, because it's meant that I can't have things like the captions and stuff like that, and they are, for me, an important part of the channel and of the vibe. Oh, it's gotta be in there, surely, Cyborg. I'm gonna say it now. I was brought up listening to Krista Berg at Christmas, so I don't mind him so much. Oh, that really sucks, Cyborg. I think we had it on Now That's What I Call Christmas. Have you ever heard a song called Lady in Red, Kian? Oh, he's falling. He's falling. I was going to do his feet today, and I've got distracted by his pantaloons. I'm terrible at this, folks. I said we're going to paint his feet, and then in the time it took me to get paint on the palette, I forgot and decided to paint his pantaloons instead. Bill Bailey does a really good bit about Christaberg. I suspect most music-based comedians have a good bit about Christaberg. We've got a little fleck of yellow paint that's like... It's not... It's like a little lump, and it's making the bristles poke out. Just like when I didn't get Cypher's Fine Young Cannibals joke in Cyberpunk. Kinda, Kian. I like Fine Young Cannibals as well. I am, some would say, not particularly picky where music goes. No one got that joke. Aw, Cypher. Sorry to hear that. It's always a bit disheartening when nobody gets the joke. Especially if you put a lot of time and thought into it. I have been there. I'm really liking this yellow. Like, I know it's coming through really vibrant for you because of how much light I have to have for you. So that you can actually see the detail of the miniature on camera, but it's not that white. It's much closer to like a soft yellow. Moral behaviour aside, at least they weren't mingers, I guess. See what you did there. I see what you did there. Were it not for the fact that it takes me too long to get to it, you'd have got a bad joke button there. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Have a delayed bad joke button. That deep freeze is working its magic something fierce. Like, there's still a lot of tension in my neck, but oh, that feels good. The fact that I can even bend down to actually... I like how you folks are actively trying to get me to hit the bad joke button half the time. Okay, once I've finished his pantaloons, then we'll paint his feet. Trying to decide what colour to paint the embellishments on his armour. I'm thinking either this Emerald Alchemy colour, so that they are actually metallic looking, or maybe a gold, like a light gold though, not a really thick sort of brassy gold. Delicate gold. I kind of want this guy to have the whole speak softly and carry a big stick kind of vibe going on. Like, He looks very dainty and delicate and beautiful. But if you cross him, he will fuck you up. That's what I'm going for. That's the plan. Please excuse the sudden vibe check there. Check? No, shift there. The sudden vibe shift there. Solid, respectable vibe. I think so. Like, just because somebody is very dandy and very, like, effeminate or dainty doesn't mean that they can't be an absolute powerhouse, and people forget that. Which is silly because most of us that have those kinds of builds and demeanors had the shit bullied out of us for it and have had to learn how to defend ourselves. Okay, because I'm getting very close to the armor here, I'm going back to the insane detail. Again, not using the psycho. Be proud of me, chat. I haven't fallen back on my crotch brush once yet this stream. Thank fuck we don't have captions right now. I bet that wouldn't have come out very well. I'm loving how this paint is going on. I am finding more and more that combining stuff from Army Painter with pre-thinned Citadel seems to work really well. One of the many things my resting axe murderer glare is handy for. Yeah, people seem to think I'm very approachable, which is nice, I guess. But it does mean that I do get talked to by all manner of people, even when I don't really feel like talking. So my co-worker, the newbie that I've been training up. Hello, Adam. Welcome in. How you doing? She said that I'm a great co-worker the other day, which was very flattering. Yeah, I think yellow for the outer pleats and turquoise for the inner pleats was the right idea with the teal armor. Thank you, Adam. It's very nice of you to say. Oh no, that's the wrong brush. Don't want that one. I want this one. There. So I'm going back to the detail brush. Probably shouldn't have done. Oh, because I was going to do this side. We've got some little bits here where the paint's not quite even yet. We'll catch them in with the detail brush. Is it the first time you've played The Walking Dead? I'm guessing that's the Telltale Walking Dead games that you're playing, Adam. And if so, how are you finding them? It's one of the only Telltale games I've not played. Like, I played the first one, like the very first episode. season 1, but then didn't play anymore. Because I wasn't watching the series at the time, so I wasn't like invested in the characters in the same way that other folks would have been, I guess. And I got distracted. Okay, I've gone a little bit over the line that I wanted to go within, so I'm gonna quickly try and catch that in a little bit. And we'll go back to the insane detail because it's a bit tricky in this area. Because the pleats aren't quite so smoothly printed. Got another lump on the end there. Get rid of that. I don't think I've ever heard this song before. Hello, Sinister. Welcome in. Thank you. I should have probably waited to do these until he was on his base, but yeah, we can thank Slow for this idea of color combination because it was his. He knows how much this miniature means to me and how desperate I am to make sure that I do a good job of it. So he's been providing lots of helpful tips. And the other week, thank you, tips. The other week after the stream finished, I was like, Slow, look what I painted. I did a thing and I'm really proud of it, which is weird because I normally hate everything I paint. And I showed him, and he went and took it to look at it under a decent light, and he went, "That's really good." And Slow normally does the shit sandwich approach to feedback when it comes to my miniatures. I'm sure he's the same with everybody else as well, but he doesn't feel like he has to sugarcoat things with me, which is nice. But that means that if he doesn't think it's the best I could do it, he'll tell me. The Year Without a Santa Claus? Really? I have not seen that. I'll have to look it up. I feel like Heat Miser would be a good nickname for the government at the moment. Oh, we've got some Christopher Lee. Fabulous. Spotify doesn't have Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's version of the song. Oh, that sucks. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy are great. Do we know who the, I presume, opera singer singing with him is? Because I'm pretty sure that's not Christopher Lee. Oh! Caught the camera with the magnet in the base of my painting handle. That could have been catastrophic if it had been a few seconds later. I'd be impressed if it were. You and me both. Like, if he's got that much range, holy shit, you know? And again, there was that fella that went on, was it Britain's Got Talent? And sang Barcelona in falsetto? It's not beyond the realms of possibility. Sorry, punched the camera there. Trying very hard to be careful. Make sure I keep within my lines. Did you actually try to do that, Cyborg? No, fuck that show. Fair play. Watched the first Hammer Dracula a while back and have to say Christopher Lee was quite a handsome dude. He was. Even in his older age, he still had a certain charm about him. He was still quite handsome. I'd say the same about Vincent Price as well, actually. Like, sometimes... No, it was X Factor. I see what you did there. Sometimes it's not about being conventionally attractive, it's about how you carry yourself, you know? You carry yourself right, you can be the ugliest person in the world, but you'll still look hot. And I don't mean that in a so much self-confidence that you're just an egotistical prick kind of way, just like a, you know, enough confidence to carry yourself through can do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. Charisma, yeah. Bit of charisma. Uh I did a punk cover of this when I was at secondary school with my friend. There is a fine line between oozing charisma and looking like a dickhead. Yeah, there is. There really is. And unfortunately, more people end up falling into the latter category than the former. Me, for example. But I look like a dickhead for your entertainment, so it doesn't matter. I was playing, Tids. I wasn't even fishing, I was just playing. Hello, Prime Bee. This is pre-Christmas happy hour. We are having Christmas Day happy hour as well. But yes, technically also a Christmas happy hour. Someone in the oozy category. Thank you, Tids. That's very kind of you. Oh. Oh, what did you get yourself, Bramby? Swear I've heard this singer in Fallout 3. It's Eartha Kitt. If you've not heard her elsewhere, you've definitely heard her in Batman. Ugh, I adore Eartha Kitt. She's mad as a box of frogs, and I love her. I'm having to stop for a second because my neck hurts. Sorry, folks. Pull the lever, Crunk. Wrong lever. She was so good in that. She's in Holes as well. Plays Madame Zeroni. Say what you will about that film, but I actually quite enjoyed it. I didn't like that they decided to cast Shia LaBeouf, who is, or was at the time, a young, fit, reasonably attractive young man in a role that was specifically designed for a fellow of larger stature. Because it kind of, I think it lessens the hardships he goes through a little bit, but the film overall is very, very well put together. I really like Holes. I think it's a really good story. Oh, okay. So I put more deep freeze on my neck. But I think I've been scratching because that feels like deep freeze in an open wound. I don't like that. Oh, that's uncomfortable. Okay. So I was watching somebody speedrunning The Nightmare Before Christmas Oogie's Revenge earlier, and they got into a really heated discussion in their chat about who the creator of Nightmare Before Christmas is. And I was busy assembling furniture downstairs with my headphones on, listening to the stream at the time, and couldn't get to my keyboard to turbo nerd at them all. So I was just sort of shouting it into the pieces of plywood as I was assembling this little side table thingy for the kitchen. It's Henry Selick! He's the director! I couldn't keep it in. Like, there were clearly people in the chat that were deliberately being misleading. It's like, no, don't do this to them. Just tell them the truth. They couldn't remember if the director of Nightmare Before Christmas was Henry Selick or Tom Selleck, and the people in chat were clearly going, yeah, it's Tom. Go on, say it's Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck directed it. It was driving me mad. Halo, thank you very much for the treat for me and the treat for Porthos. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Are you back from your little adventure now? Or are you still adventuring and just popping in to say hello? Jack, voiced by Tom Selleck. No, thank you. I'm good. I don't need that. I would have said Tom Selleck too, to be fair. Back and I brought COVID with me. Oh, Halo, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope that you rest well, recover quickly, and have no lasting side effects. And I hope it's a mild case as well. That's rough. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you had a good time on your little adventure, though. So you went to Finland, didn't you? I got that right? So the treat for me, because I just threw it straight into my gob without even showing you, I'm so sorry, is fizzy cherries. The treat for Porthos is what it always is. A little potato fish stack. Come here. Come here. Come this side. Up, up. Yeah, that'll do. Cyborg, 2 treats for Porthos. Thank you. Up, up. Hoping the microphone picked those up. Visited Finland and Sweden. A day trip to Estonia. Oh, wow. That's really quite the excursion. I bet as much as you probably had a lot of fun, you're glad to be home now, though. And one for me as well. You give one for me. Thank you, Cyborg, for the treat for me. No, you can't eat these, sweetheart. Seeing as I have like 90% pineapples in this jar, it's a fizzy pineapple. Oops, all pineapples. It was very ambitious. Yes, it sounds it. Did you manage to meet up with Zan? Because I know you were talking about visiting Zan. Comes a point in every vacation where you're ready to go home. It was a lot of fun, though. Can imagine. I'm glad you had a good time. Really am. I'm only sorry that you brought COVID back with you. It's not the best gift. Not the best souvenir. Stayed with him for a few days. Oh, brilliant. I'm glad you two managed to meet up. Okie dokie, Cypher. You take care. Thank you so much for being here this evening. It's been lovely to have you. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your night. A little too much paint for where I'm going there. So the last thing I want to do is get it on the armour. I've actually got to be very careful. The way the pleats are done on this bit is a little less consistent than the other leg. Certain amount of artistic license required, shall we say. Just fixing the brush a little bit. There's something stuck in there.
Hello there.
Hello, Duke. How you doing? Welcome on in. Still there. I'm afraid you have missed our little tour of Kingdom Death's
Hello there.
simulation. So, when I'm in a position to use it properly, it will definitely be appearing on the stream again. Saw the thumbnail and knew I had to visit to see some KD minis being painted. Oh, thank you very much, Duke. I really appreciate that. Oh, brush, why? Okay. I'm keeping an eye on that simulator. Yeah. It looks so good. Like, Cyborg said that KD has got a better virtual tabletop than Dungeons and Dragons does. There we go. I think I've dealt with the chunky bristle issue I had. But yeah, it's very pretty, very atmospheric. I am quite looking forward to actually getting to use it properly. Oops. Wizards of the Coast would have to stop half-assing their books before they can half-ass a virtual tabletop. Oh, shots fired. I mean, you're not wrong. Wizards have a really nasty habit of doing that. That's Wizards of the Coast, not actual wizards. I'm sorry to any wizards in chat. What are we painting today? This is the Kingdom Death Flower Knight. Here is the small art card for him. I don't have his big art card. I can't find it. There's the box art. That's better. I am not using the base he was supplied with. I'm using a bigger base with some little mushrooms on it. Oh! Hey, no worries, Halo. If Descent into Avernus wasn't such a mess, I'd be more charitable, and I shudder to think what they've done to Dragonlance. That's fair. That is completely fair. That bit of the pantaloons was really hard to do. Like, it just didn't feel like the paint wanted to go where I wanted it to be. Hoping this pleat will be easier. Certainly feeling that way. One of my witches lost her eye to a wizard. Some wizards are arseholes. So what we are going to have to do at some point, I'm not going to do it today, we're just getting the base colour down today, but we're going to have to put some layers, some highlighting, and some low lighting onto pantaloons. Because this may be pleated material, but that's not all the folds that are in it. There'll be tiny, near imperceptible creases in each of the pleats as well. I mean, some of them are very perceptible pleats, creases in the pleats, but others, not so much. I'm actually going to have to go back in and put some more teal just here, because that's part of the other pleat, not the pleat that I was painting. I've messed it up. That's okay. We can fix it. Up to a point, paint can kind of act like Tipex. You can just sort of, as long as you're careful and as long as your paint's not too thick, you sort of smooth things over. You can colour correct. You go out of bounds. It's harder with some colours than it is with others, but it's doable. See if we can tidy some of these pleats up a little bit. I really should turn that timer off. Hey, Slow.
Hey, Ted.
He has pants now.
Ah, yes, you do.
Say hi to Slow, chat. Also, tell him belated happy birthday because it was his birthday yesterday.
Hello there. Hello there.
I got
Like-
to play Star Trek.
He did. He got to play Star Trek yesterday for his birthday. Not for his birthday. He was supposed to be playing Star Trek anyway because he plays Star Trek on Tuesday.
While I'm here,
Yes, dear.
you're busy.
I am.
I know I'm intruding, but cool packs. There aren't any. They're all the cool.
Oh, I've got one here.
Yes.
And I
Is
think
it
I've got
okay?
one in my
Hello there.
strap.
Where
The
is-
rest should be in the freezer. I'm guessing you've had one out, so there should be one more in the freezer. I heard so many hello there's when I told everyone to say hi to Slow, so thank you everybody. But saying hello to him. He's been out to Edinburgh today as a sort of belated birthday trip and just done some things for himself while I was working. And he got to see a Sheba riding around on its owner's shoulders like it was a toddler, and I am very jealous. I miss all the good boys.
Yeah, like reversed and everything. And there was staff cooing at it, and it was going yum yum yum.
Now he's just rubbing it in.
Injured my pinky.
Huh?
I can't hold my mouse properly. I'm injured.
Halo says happy birthday. Tid says happy birthday.
Thank you, everybody.
Kian says happy birthday. Bye, Slow.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you'd disappeared. I heard the floor creak. Okay, now he's gone. Bye, Slow.
I was watching. I was hovering in the doorway.
I
like
mean,
a dog.
if you want to watch me paint, you can, but you could at least do it on the stream to bump my view count up. It was worth a shot. Should have seen the look on his face then, chat. Welcome back, Pudlord. Are you feeling refreshed? Oh, jeez. Tempest! Hello! Welcome in, how you doing? And thank you so much for being subscribed for 11 months. Fuck.
Tempest Sultra has been a sub for 11 months. Very naughty, hello.
Why are you apologizing, Hans? Was it not the song you wanted? Okay. No need to apologize. And yet, unless you're deliberately putting shitposty music into the jukebox, you've nothing to apologize for. Any music is welcome here. Heck, we used to allow shitposty music until people decided to take liberties. Okay. We're getting to the point now where I'm able to comfortably touch bits up again so that they're the correct pigment. Oh, that's really cool, Kian. This night kind of reminds me of the Horus guards from Stargate. Yeah, that's fair. Big Stargate household, so I can see where you'd get that. He's a very pretty knight. Very, very pretty. I take it this isn't the Krista Berg version, because if it was, Tids would have banned whoever put it in already. I think. Just sort of reflectively. Reflexively, even. Oh no, it is! I really like this song. I know it's fucking silly, but I like it. The Krista Berg Christmas song is basically so Jesus was an alien. Welcome back, Tids. We listened to this song a lot when I was a kid at Christmas. That little bit there always makes me think of Zoombeanies. And now I've said that, those that have played Zoombeanies are going to hate me forever, I'm sure. So I'm sorry. But not really. I wanted to put it in to see if God would ban me. If I had the face of an angel, then that must have been. Oh, if he had the face of an angel, then that must have been the most fucked up and freaky looking child ever. But that's only if you know that angels are the pretty people with bird wings. Aren't the pretty people with bird wings. He had the face of a biblically accurate angel. Only Last Christmas is bannable. Ah, right, my mistake. Sorry, Tids. I like how I'm not even sure what the bannable offences are on my own channel. Be not afraid. Ah! Damn it. It's a really good magnet. Too good, in fact. Curse you, but thank you, Redgrass Games. Oh yeah, Second Coming in 2000. That as well. Or after 2000 years. Very silly song. Now here's an interesting question. I say interesting. I'm just intrigued to know if anybody remembers. Can anyone remember what my favourite Christmas song is? And if you can't remember, can you guess? Is it Boris Johnson is a cunt? I didn't know that was a song, but it's definitely up there now. It is not Don't Let the Bells End. Good guess though, Kian. No, I have memory issues. Thank you for your honesty, Tits. If anybody would be willing to put Chiron Beta Prime by Jonathan Colton into the jukebox, you will get to hear my favourite Christmas song. If it can find it. Hang on. I'll do it. I need to stop and give my neck a rest anyway. So all I've done is paint pantaloons tonight, which is not what I intended to do. But I need to make sure I'm taking regular breaks. So there we go. I have added it to the queue. Oh, shit. Torpor got there at the same time as me. Got it in there twice. Two different versions as well. Let's just remove that one. Thank you, Torpor, for the meat mecha maintenance. I will do those in a moment. After I have... You know what? Jukebox is free tonight. I've just refunded everybody's stuff. I've actually refunded the stretches and stuff as well by accident, but you know what? Free channel points, everybody. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your bar tokens. Oh, ow. Okay, no. Stretch actually very necessary right now. I'm going to put the cool pack on my neck as well. Yay, free shit. That is my exact response to this kind of thing. Crimbus bar tokens. Can I spend them on booze? Yes, you can, Tids. Not for me, though. No booze for me. I might have a little tipple during the Christmas painting stream. We'll see how I feel. Score! I want a boogie, but it hurts. Right, the posture check and the stretch have been done. I think you hydrated me as well, didn't you? I'll do that in a moment. That deep freeze does not last long enough for my needs. It tries. If only I liked booze. Spend it on treats for the dog. You can spend it on treats for me. You can spend it on more tracks in the jukebox. I love this song. It's not like it's a great song or anything, but it's a fun song. And if my buttons were working, I'd add it to my... There we go. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Fuck it. Oh, I am going to have to stop soon, though. Because I'm starting to get the head pain that comes from being at my desk for too long, with my head being the way it is. My neck, even. Okay, this is where things get fun. I'm going to have to take him off of this. Fuck it. Because I need to get the underside of his pantaloons. Can't, because the painting handle's in the way. Because with a colour combination like this, you have to do these bits. You can't just sort of leave them. Because it will look really weird. Impressive headstand? So helmet stand, I guess? Helm stand. He's helm standing. Can you imagine how difficult it is to do a handstand in plate armor? I mean, I know
Hello
he's not in
there.
full plate, but... Hi, Rust, how you doing? Welcome. Good job I didn't wait until he was on his base to do this bit. I'd have never been able to get this done. I think that needs to be yellow. Ooh. Oh, you bugger! Mom! Thank you so much for gifting tier 1 subs to RNG God, Tomahawk,
RNG_God has been a sub
Sarabi,
for 25 months.
Adamfication.
Very naughty. Howls
I hope you
Calcifer
enjoy the
gifted a
emotes,
tier 1 sub
everybody.
to
Mom, thank you
RNG_God.
so much. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing okay today. Very kind of you. What a way to just appear in the stream.
Tomahawk just subbed. Naughty. Howls Calcifer gifted a tier 1 sub to Tomahawk.
Looks to me like a marginally volatile hostage situation, Max.
Ooh, does this mean we get to kick some puffy white mad scientist butt?
Can't think of a reason not to.
Tokiori Online just joined the freelance police. Great to have you here, little buddy. Howl's Calcifer gifted a tier 1 sub to Tokiori Online.
Subby just subbed. Naughty, Howl's Calcifer gifted a tier 1 sub to Sir
I
Orby.
see, Mum.
Adamification is now in our inventory. Say hi to Guybrush Jr. Howl's Calcifer gifted a tier 1 sub to Adamification.
Oops. Oh, that'd be okay, actually. It's really difficult. I'm gonna water this down a little bit because it's starting to get a little claggy on the palette. It's so warm in here. My brush is way overloaded now, though. Okay, Mum. Take it easy, okay? Yeah, that sounds like your cats. Okay, so we've got this sort of, I don't know if I can show you, this dead zone here where I've got to try and get the brush in. I don't think I can. Okay, what I'm going to have to do, because there's not actually any pleats
nice and
there.
moist for me, won't you?
Thank you for the hydrate, Mum. I keep meaning to put a cooldown on that so that people aren't overhydrating me. I'm like a cactus, you see. Keep forgetting. I need to do that at some point before I forget again. It's looking a bit rough from this angle, which isn't a bad thing because that means that we're catching things that we wouldn't have caught otherwise. And we can tidy them up. And we like that. I mean, it's not like it has to be perfect. It's a hand-painted miniature, you know? But I really want to make a good go of this. Very special miniature. So Oh, he's fine, Mum. I will deal with the hydrate and the posture check in a minute. Really want to get this done. Okay. I'm going to hydrate, I'm going to posture check, and then I'm going to get the psycho out. God, it's so warm in here. I'm really struggling with the temperature. That's a character brush with a little bit of crap stuck to it. There's my baby. It's time.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. That tasteful thickness on it.
So, the reason I've gone to the psycho for this is because I've got some very, very fine creases. Try and get my brush in. And while I could probably do it with a detail brush, this will give me a modicum of control. And is it really a painting stream if I don't use the psycho at least once? I hope Army Painting never turn out to be a terrible company. What would I do without my favourite brush? Nope, I'm not done with you yet. Gotta stay on your head. Trying to wiggle to freedom. Oops. man has some nice pantaloons. Thank you very much, Pudlord. I've worked very hard on them. Okie dokie, Hans. You enjoy Darktide. Thank you so much for being here today. It's been lovely to have you. Take care. We'll be finishing up soon, I think. Oops. I think I've done this once already on this exact piece of the pantaloons. There we go. All these little details that I missed before. Really hard to see when he's stood upright. Make all the difference when he's done.
Hello there.
Hello, Zan. How you doing? Welcome in.
Hello there. Hello there.
There we go. about there? Do have a slight problem though. Hang on a sec. Are you comparing strains, Mum? I love you, Lordy. I've seen them live twice, I think. Maybe 3 times, actually. Definitely seen them once on their own tour, and I've seen them at least once at Download. Love Lordy. They're really good fun. People that complain that they're cheesy don't get it. They are very much supposed to be cheesy. Right. That's the Psycho down. We're going to go back to the Insane detail. I'm going to water my yellow down a little bit again. So it's starting to dry out again. Not the wet palette's fault, just because of the heat in the room. I think pantaloons base coated now. Oh. Oh, bugger. Oh, double Lordy. I feel like the music video for this one was a nod to Meatloaf. The musician, not the food. There we go. I think the amount of time it's taken me to paint them is worth it, because I think they look quite nice and quite clean. Except for that bit there. That's going to bug me. Oh, stop moving. Oh, thank you very much to Rachel, Mum. There. That's better. Now I can say it and actually mean it. I think for the amount of time I've spent painting them, it's worth it. Because they look quite clean, which is difficult to do with something like that. Because they're quite, as much as they're big poofy pleats, it's a small figure. So I'm quite pleased with how that's come out. I'm happy with that. I think he'll look very, very nice when he's all painted up, when he's got all of his armour scuffing. And he's got his bustle on, and we've put some highlights and lowlights into the yellow of his pantaloons. I think he's going to look really pretty. I just need to decide what I want to do about these little metal pieces. The trim bits on his armour now. In fact, shall we do that? Because I'm going to take another little breather before I do anything else. We've got... Oh, you bugger, we've got a huge queue of tracks. Oh, no, we don't. Okay. We've got a small queue of tracks. Thank fuck for that. When the music that is in there has finished, I will finish up. I have paused redemptions for the jukebox, so Skindred will be the last track. Ooh. Ooh, crunchy. So, while I'm having my breather and putting the cool pack on my neck again. Oh, yes. I'll do. Let's have a look at what we've got here. That's a bit too yellow. Oh, that could be nice. Oh, thank you, Halo. I'm sure I will do soon. I've got a new chair coming on Friday that's actually got back and neck support, because my back and neck support for this chair is a travel pillow, which won't be helping matters. So once I can actually sit upright in my chair and have neck support, won't be so bad. Hello, RNG. Welcome on in. How you doing? But yeah, in the meantime, I have to try and correct my posture as regularly as possible, and sitting and using my mouse and keyboard like this isn't massively comfortable. Oh, I need to move Chibi Tan down a little bit. They are in the wrong place. Let's put them here. And as he's not had a shout out on the channel today, let's test it with... Nope, still too far up. There we go, fixed it! God, that was going to drive me mad. Been a chill couple of days enjoying my unemployment. Ah, yes, of course. Well, I'm glad it's been chill for you. Ooh. Everyone says, oh, apply heat to it. He's not here, ma'am. I was just doing a shout out to test if I'd moved Chibi-Town far enough down the queue. The little deep freeze deodorant thing is working really well for me. Doing that. Ah, right. So. Again, we're going to ignore the fact that these are from a terrible company. I need to use these paints. I'm not throwing them out, but I don't advocate the purchasing of paints from this company. Unfortunately, I bought all these paints at the same time. So, we've got Peridot Alchemy, which is quite pale, as you can probably tell. Thank you for the posture check, Mum. Oh, I've just realised my donation bar has broken again. Where's that? Because you wonderful folks have actually put a shocking amount of money towards my new computer, which I really do appreciate. So it would be nice if you could see that. I see what's happened here. For some weird and wonderful reason, another thing that... Oops. That OBS has started doing is just randomly pushing things off the screen. I don't know why. I don't know why it seems to think that is a clever thing to do, but it's what it does. Overlay's always breaking. Yeah, being a streamer is not easy. Technology is always trying to make you feel dumber than you actually are. So anyway, we've got Peridot Alchemy, which I think it's easier if I show you from this angle, because then you can kind of get a feel for what the colour's actually like. It's a very, very pale, sort of golden green colour. We've got Emerald Alchemy, which is more like a seafoam green kind of pearlescent colour. There's Moonstone Alchemy, which looks like a very, very pale sort of bronze colour. Citrine Alchemy, which feels like the pearlescent equivalent of what we've put on his pantaloons. That might work quite well, or it might work terribly. Yeah, these are all from the Alchemy set, Halo. And Amber Alchemy. So I've deliberately gone for all of the pale shades, which is what the Alchemy set really is. It's pale metallic colours. You're an alchemist, Harry. And I genuinely can't decide which one to do the little sort of embellishments on his armour with. I'm leaning further away from the green ones the more I think about it, because as much as he's very Green Knight inspired, I feel like these would just get too lost in the rest of his armour, and we should probably pick them out a little bit. So I think one of these three would probably be a better option, but I'm not sure which. Does anybody have any thoughts? Do you think I'm completely off the mark? Do you think I should go for one of the green ones? Or do you think I should go for one of these more golden yellowy colours? I'm open to your suggestions. And while I wait to see if anybody has an answer, I'm gonna just move my neck about a little bit. It does not like that at all. Moonstone might give a verdigris feel to the miniature. And I do like that idea. That was this one. Yeah, I think you're right, actually, Torpor. I know we were going to do the feet, but it's getting late, and we've only got 3 more tracks after this one in the jukebox. So I think we're going to test Moonstone Alchemy on the embellishments. Now, I don't know if I've used this yet. If I've not, I'm going to have to pierce the drop. Uh-oh. My dropper's stuck. That's never happened before. Tweezers. Yeah. I've definitely used this before because it's at some point dribbled all over itself. And that's what caused the blockage. Well, the sticking. Yeah. Yeah. These already have mixing balls in, if I'm not mistaken, Torpor. Pretty sure they make the mixing ball rattle when you shake them. Give that a clean. There we go. I originally bought these tweezers for making very small perler bead fridge magnets and stuff. From the micro beads that you can get in the UK. But honestly, I don't do that anymore, so I'm glad I bought them, because they're really, really handy for all sorts of weird shit in hobbying. This is my favourite Christmas song. I'm going to see if I can clear the blockage out with them as well, so that it doesn't stick again. I mean, it probably will. You sleep. Now you don't have to look at me anymore. Oh, sorry. Wasn't expecting that. We're gonna go with the insane detail brush for this. Now, something I have had my first go at recently, and that went surprisingly well, is true metallic metals. So I'm learning as many new techniques as I can. I want to try lots of different things. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I think that was a good choice, Torpor. I think it looks very pretty. It's just different enough to give it a little something. Yeah, that looks really nice. Really, really good choice, Torpor. Just lovely, that is. I am most pleased. One of the many reasons that song is one of my favourites, Mum. Lovely. So, first thing I'll be doing on Christmas Day is getting some scuffing sorted on his legs, because once his legs are done and we've dealt with these little details here, it's time for the bustle. Because I don't want to do the bustle until all of this is completely painted, because it'll get in the way. So then we'll start painting this. And I'm thinking, ooh. Ooh. I think we'll do the bustle in the turquoise. And then have little dark green, yellow, and pink accents in the very top of it. So we've got lots of little leaves and flowers and things here that we can do interesting things with. So we'll do that. And we've got vines as well, look. So there's lots of options there, lots of options. Do you have to paint the interior section of the bustle before attaching, or is there enough room to get the brush in? No, I'll be doing the interior as well. It's very rare that I paint something in pieces and then assemble afterwards. But with something like this, because there's so much on display, you really kind of have to. Because, look. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get the paintbrush into the whole thing there. Hang on. There you go. That's going to be an absolute nightmare. We've got a good idea of how much of the butt we don't need to paint, which is nice. So I won't stress too much about getting everything perfect here, because we're not going to see that. I will bring the scuffing round a little bit so that it looks like it sort of feeds into the bustle. But we won't see most of it. Actually, I need to decide what colour I want to make these straps. Like, do I want to leave them that colour? Do I want to do them like a leathery colour? Oh, he really doesn't want to stand on here anymore, does he? Here you go. Yeah, he's coming along nicely. I'm quite pleased with how he's coming along, and I'm sort of kicking myself that it's taken me this long to pluck up the courage to paint him. Because I'm really, really enjoying it. Right, I'm going to make sure I actually seal my wet palette up properly this time to keep my paints nice and moist. Ready for Sunday. This is our last song in the jukebox, so now is a great time for me to start the sort of packing up process and do some stream admin. As a reminder, all normally scheduled streams are on this week, however their content may be slightly different to usual due to it being Christmas. We will still be playing more Mothmen on Saturday evening. Sunday, instead of being point and click adventure games, will be more hobby happy hour from 12 PM until, I'm ballparking about 6 PM, maybe slightly earlier. It genuinely depends on how well I'm feeling at the time. But I intend for it to be a prolonged stream with the jukebox on, where we can just sort of relax and folks can play with the things they got for Christmas and the like, as it were. Friday, let's my camera will work. Come on, camera, you can do it. There we go. Friday will be stream iteration games. We are going to have a Christmas party on the channel. There won't be any stream quest because that still doesn't work, but we'll be playing things like maybe some words on stream, Boom Bears, I think I've got something called Book of Demons, there's Dead Cells, there'll probably be some Jump King, we'll have the jukebox on, heck, if I can get my PC to behave itself for long enough, we might even do some community Fall Guys. But basically anything that I can play with you folks is what's happening on Friday. We're just going to have that kind of day. It's sort of going to be a test run for the 24-hour stream as well, because a lot of that's going to be community-focused games too. Christmas party! I may, if I'm feeling up to it, and if it's not too hot in my office, I may even wear a Christmas jumper on Friday. And, like, you know, dress for the occasion. I'll see how I'm feeling. But yeah, so that's the plan. That's the plan. I hope it excites you folks as much as it excites me. I'm very much looking forward to. I wish you could see this. You can just sort of see Pea's snout off the edge of the camera. Hang on. I can't get the... There we go. He's rolled off of his bed. He's rolled off of his bed and is now just sort of wrapped around it. Completely avoiding Porthos cam. Fucking typical. Looks comfortable. He very much is. He is living his best life. His best lazy life. He seems to be enjoying the fan almost as much as I am. Yeah. So, hopefully I'll see you lovely folks for that. But I now need to see, did anybody else enter the giveaway? that I left running from Sunday. I am so sorry. Ooh, Stream Elements is having a time tonight.
Goodbye.
You're most welcome, Zan. I'll take us through to the ending screen. Nope. Nobody but Tids has entered. It's been 3 days. So I am just going to say that Tids has won that. A win through attrition.
Hello there.
Oh, hey Tomahoop. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm super hyped about it. I haven't really talked about it all stream, mostly because I'm in pain, but yeah, I am super hyped to have been accepted into Pace Pals. I didn't think it would happen. DMAC encouraged me to apply, and I was like, but I don't think I speedrun enough for them to want me. But he said just do it anyway, so I did, and they wanted me. So here I am. And yeah, you are coming in at the end, but you know, there's nothing wrong with that. A wizard is never late nor early. He arrives exactly when he means to. And it's always a joy to have you, no matter how brief the period you're here for. Okay. I need to find someone to send you lovely people onto. And then I need to go and sit with an ice pack on my head for a bit, because the other problem with my neck problem is that when it starts causing headaches, I can't wear my headphones, because the headphones make it worse. I hate getting old. Anyway. Let's see who's live. Let's go send the love to somebody. Come on, Stream Deck. I believe in you. There we go. Oh! Well then. I think I know where we're going. Yeah, I know where we're going. We're gonna go and see our Adam. We popped in earlier. Have you tried not getting old? I wish I could, Halo. I wish I could. Anyway, I will hopefully see you lovely folks on Friday for the community Christmas party. Woe betide us if we do end up playing Fall Guys and Tomahoop joins in. We'll all be doomed. No, seriously though, if it would be a pleasure and an honour to get thrown off of things by you, Tomahoop, in Fall Guys. Anyway, I really need to go. I'm in so much pain. This has been wonderful. I've had an absolute blast. It's been really nice to get back into painting again. Very exciting to do my first stream as a Pace Pal. I'll see you all on Friday. If I don't see you on Friday, Merry fucking Christmas, everybody. Now, as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Wash your fucking hands. And have a wonderful festive season, everybody, however you're spending it. Now, go say hi to Adam for me.